welcome to my channel. This is Nick Weenan. I'm the owner and appraiser of CCR Holdings, and I am making a YouTube channel because I've gotten into sports card collecting, flipping, selling, buying, everything all around sports cards. I'm doing grading, I'm doing shipping, I'm doing eBay sales, watching other fellow YouTubers. Shout out to Sports Card Investor. There's just a lot going on in this hobby right now, and I'm super excited. So I have spent about, the last 9 months. The last 9 months I've been reforming and rekindling my love for sports cards. It's been fantastic. I absolutely love the hobby now. I stopped collecting in 1994. Kind of wish I would have stuck around for 2 more years to get into Kobe, stuff like that, but can buy a couple of those now, and that's great, but really wish I would have had a few more of those. Anyway, I've been really kind of purchasing as much as I can to get back into the collectible hobby. I've been definitely grabbing as many deals as I can find in off seasons. Lots of tips and tricks that I follow, and lots of reasons I do the things I do. And this channel is here to bring some of those tips and tricks, some of the maybe don'ts instead of the do's as well. And then, I just want to share everything along the journey with you. So let's get started here. So nine months ago, the whole world got locked down because of the pandemic. And I found myself bored because my normal profession is a photographer. And there aren't too many people that like pictures with masks, and a lot of the social gatherings and things that I would normally attend were done. So sitting around my house going, I'd like to find something to do. And so I just started kind of tossing some closets, maybe looking for some things to sell on Facebook or something like that. And then boom, I opened the door and I'm like, wow, I have all these sports cards from when I was a kid yet. And I think what happened was I dragged all that stuff out of the closet, probably 15,000 cards or so. I dragged it all out of the closet and actually went through every single card within about 9 hours. And I had separated what I thought I wanted to keep and what I was pretty sure was just garbage. Looking back at that 9 months later, I probably tossed some cards that were worth a couple of bucks, but nothing major. I kept all the fancy stuff, Jordans, Jeters, and Rodriguez, and Shaq, Keem, Frank Thomas, Ken Griffey. You know, I basically just kind of sorted through it for everybody I thought I still knew that was awesome. But what I forgot to account for is like a guy like Chipper Jones. He had a wonderful career. I mean, if you look him up on the all-time war list, I think he's in the top 200, maybe even the top 50, not sure. But either way, the dude had some awesome rookie cards in 1991, 92, somewhere in there for baseball. I think he has one with the 4 portraits on it, and then there's the Desert Storm or Desert Shield version of those, which go for a lot more money. So, I mean, there's some definitely fun cards in old cards that can still be worth money as long as they're gem 10s. So, so I went through my whole collection. I sorted everything right that day. And then that kind of got me started down the path. And that was really close to the middle of April. Yeah, that was the middle of April while we were still locked in. So I'm in Wisconsin, and it's cold in the winter, so it's not much fun to go outside unless you have snowmobiles or like to go skiing or stuff like that. But I then just kind of realized that this was something that I wanted to do on the regular basis. So I kind of started on YouTube. I found Jeff, I believe, from Sports Card Investor, and was following him. I've also followed Gary Vee for a long time, and I know he's actually been talking about sports cards for a couple of years now. And I would listen to what he was saying, but I never really gave it a whole ton of energy because like a lot of people my age, I'm 40, we'll be 40 in May, but a lot of people my age, we kind of stopped collecting in the early 90s because we realized that there was, 500 million of every card or something. They were just overprinting it, and it's all, semi-worthless now. But, you know, we got older and we hit high school and we got cars and other stuff, and maybe we started playing Magic the Gathering. You never know. So, you know, that's kind of my life. I stopped collecting just before I got my driver's license, and um, you know, I'm not really sure what triggered the whole thing, other than I just thought I had better things to do. And you know, at that moment, I had been a guy who used to go to a store called Big Lots with my mom. Let's say 1991, 2, 3, somewhere in there. And every time in the middle bin thing, there'd be like 50 wax boxes of 1990 Dunruss. And I think they were like 17 bucks. So my mom would buy me like 2 boxes, and I would go home the rest of the night and crack 90 Dunruss, you know, and be excited when I pulled like whoever, you know, Doc Gooden, Oil Can Boyd, all that fun stuff. So yeah, I mean, that was something I did as a kid, and then I got a little bit older, started getting my own money. The coolest thing I ever bought when I was a kid was probably, I bought 94.5 Topps Finest, and I can't remember which series it was that I purchased, but it was definitely the one that had the Michael Jordan wearing the number 45 jersey, because I have one of those. And oops, I don't have one. I sold one on eBay recently. It was from my original personal collection. I sent it into SGC. It got graded. That's another story. I'll tell you about how that grade went down and why I screwed that up, but we'll get to that video eventually. And then so I sold that at SGC 8.5. I think I got 80 bucks for it or something like that. And back in the day, I think I paid 300 bucks for that Topps Finest box or whatever it was, 250, 1.25, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, the collecting for me kind of stopped after I bought that box. And so that was like the last cool thing I ever bought, when cards were really kind of starting to get printed less. And then also, you know, they started that curve of printing them less. And then also they were starting to get more fun. You know, I'm super sad that I missed out on the last half of the 90s cards, because there's some really cool cards in there. Specifically looking at, you know, Topps Chrome started, I think, in 95, 6 or 6, 7, one of the two of those. That was just an amazing set that came out in the middle of the 90s. And, you know, now looking back, we're looking at guys like, you know, Kevin Garnett, Jordan, Duncan, Robinson, Barkley. Like, there was a mix and a crossover there in the middle 90s, where there was some super duper old school guys and then some super duper young guys coming in. So those cards would have been really great to have from a value and a collector standpoint, you know, as far as just filling it up with neat looking cards and things that you like aesthetically. So yeah, the 90s then, you know, the rest of it was a blur. I got my license, went to high school, got a job, scratched 10 more years. I mean, so I got back into it 26 years later. It's pretty cool. I wouldn't maybe have done it, not sure, if there wasn't a pandemic. So, you know, good things can come out of terrible crap. But in the end, I'm super excited to be here. I'm super excited to share my story and my journeys with you through sports card collecting. And I think it's going to be amazing. I'm participating in almost all angles of the hobby. I'm online in communities. I am buying, selling, trading. I'm grading. Yeah, I mean, it's all there. I'm giving people advice if they want it. Maybe not, who knows? But it's incredible. But this is kind of my introduction video from my point of view, a little bit about my backstory, and maybe what we're looking to do on this channel. So I appreciate it. If you want to check out some of my future videos and are kind of excited to hear me talk about whatever I want to say, smash the subscribe button. I hear people say that all the time. I just want to say it once. Smash that subscribe button. Get it done. Just click it and maybe turn on notifications. You'll get a notification every time I post a new video. My goal is to do a lot of these. However, I set goals sometimes and we don't get there, but this one's different. I've got a passion for this, so I hope you follow me along. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.